Hey everybody, we are back with another Game of Thrones review. The episode literally just ended. If you haven't seen the episode and you don't want to get spoiled, you probably want to stop watching in 3, 2, 1, now. I think it was probably the best episode of the season so far.
Yeah, finally something happens.
Yeah.
In a couple of aspects, but yes.
It's been a pretty solid season, kind of uneventful, but it's what kind of keeps you going is what it's pointing to.
Yeah, there's been a lot of story and character development in this season, and it's just been lacking action. I mean, we are just now over halfway through the season, and we finally got some action.
So, let's see, what all happened. Well, first of all, we got Aria for the first time in 3 weeks. So...
that was exciting.
And her story took a giant leap forward, which it really needed because it really felt like they were dragging their feet with her. So she, of course, a few episodes ago, last time we saw her, she asked, what do you do with the bodies after we clean them? And now we kind of found out. And so she gets to see where the bodies go, not necessarily what the process is.
Yeah,
but,
just where they're at.
Yeah. And she goes into this chamber down underground, and there's these giant towers with faces, not necessarily heads.
No,
faces.
It actually looks like almost a bent neck, like they've propped the bodies behind them. That's the impression I got from looking at the faces.
I couldn't tell necessarily if there was a head attached or a body attached to the head. It looked to me like it was just the faces. So, like faceless men, just faces.
The many-face god.
So there's just these faces on this tower, and it's the faces of the people she's been cleaning. And there's probably hundreds or thousands of these things on these towers. And that was super duper creepy. And
it's like he showed her that to show her you're not ready for this yet.
Yeah.
You have to be no one to be ready for this. You're not no one. But you are ready to be somebody else.
Yeah.
So this is now kind of hinting that we're going to have a new phase of Aria's story.
Yeah. I think possibly they might have to cast a second actress, because if Aria is going to become a different person, she's going to have a different face, presumably. I haven't gotten this far in the books yet, so I'm totally just, thinking out loud here, but I think that would be kind of neat to have, two Arias, kind of.
I have gotten this far in the book, so I shall just keep my mouth shut.
We got a lot of Ser Jorah and Tyrion this episode.
Yes. And their story this is one of the times, every once in a while, Game of Thrones completely changes a story while sticking to the main plot points and does it really well, and this is one of those times. Everything that's happening in their story happens in the book, but not this way. This is not how it happens. So, they've completely changed their stories, and I'm absolutely loving it. They're doing a fantastic job. It's just as good as the story in the book.
And Tyrion, he does some fancy talking to basically save his own neck and cock.
He's a very, very quick thinker.
Yeah.
He immediately realizes these are slavers, and Slavers Bay is very, very close to Daenerys, and if he can sell Ser Jorah off as being this amazing warrior, and, keeping himself
alive
and with a cock,
he
can get them one step closer, and then they can figure something out from there.
Yeah.
So,
and he's planning their escape this whole time.
His mind never stops. It's always working, and it's just, he is very, very quick-witted. Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to seeing what happens with Tyrion from here on out, because, oh my gosh. So much has happened with him this season. His story has probably progressed the most.
Yeah.
And then we got Sansa. She married Ramsay and found out exactly what an asshole that guy is.
Yeah.
A freaking psycho.
I was actually a little disappointed. Ramsay raping Sansa on their wedding night, totally in character with Ramsay. But Sansa taking it is in character with the old Sansa, not the new Sansa. Yeah. When she was undoing her sleeves, I totally expected her to take a knife out and stab him in the throat.
And then blame it on Theon.
Yeah, and blame it on Theon because she still thinks he killed her brothers, And he's there, so perfect scapegoat.
And
like,
he feels so bad about everything. He would totally take the rap for her.
And after the bath with Ramsay's mistress and her trying to scare Sansa off,
and Sansa swats her away.
Yeah,
like
Sansa was like, "You're not going to frighten me away. This is my home. I'm taking it regardless of what happens." And that's totally within new Sansa. But I also expected her to realize that there was that entire thing that the mistress was telling her was true, and to take precautions against that.
Yeah. So I thought Sansa, she kind of devolved as a character in this episode. And
I was very, very disappointed in that.
Absolutely.
Like, yes, that is Bolton's character, but that is not new Sansa character.
Right. Oh gosh, so much happened with Cersei and Marjorie and Marjorie's grandma and Sir Loras, and oh my gosh.
Cersei is in for an ass whooping from the Tyrells because she has somehow twisted everything around to get Sir Loras and Queen Marjorie both in jail.
Yeah.
She has managed to do this. Now, whether it stays that way or the Tyrells get themselves out of it, who knows? Because Marjorie's pretty...
She's savvy.
Yeah, she's pretty savvy. And Cersei's not, really.
No.
Like, this here is kind of accidental, and I'm waiting for the whole thing to just blow up in her face.
Yeah, I'm thinking Grandma Tyrell's ready to throw down.
Yeah.
And basically the war... but for Westeros is kind of in a lull. You know, Stannis is up north, not really doing anything as far as, you know, pursuing the overall war. The Tyrells and the Lannisters have made a truce and an alliance, so the war is basically over for the time being. It's on hiatus.
Yeah, it's just kind of on hold.
But Cersei is kind of unwittingly fanning the flames of that war again, and that's going to come around and bite her. Yeah,
it is. Like, she's doing it to get control of her son again and to regain being queen, but she has these plans and they seem to work, and then everything just blows up in her face, and I'm just waiting for this to blow up in her face.
So finally, Jaime and Bronn arrived at Dorne to rescue Princess Myrcella, and they almost pulled it off.
But the
sand snakes,
the sand snakes, yeah.
The sand snakes showed up and thwarted that plan. And I really hope we see more of the sand snakes, because it was such a big deal when they were revealed from the show, because I'm not this far in the books. The sand snakes, they seemed like they were supposed to be like special elite warriors, you know, Oberyn's daughters, right? Daughters?
Yes.
And that they were supposed to be kind of like him, like he was an elite badass, and I got the vibe that they were supposed to be that way too. In a 3-on-1.5 fight, they're basically fought to a draw, only because Jaime completely was fucking losing, and Bronn basically won his 2-on-1. And I don't know, I'm disappointed with the Sand Snakes, because I thought they were supposed to be something special, and I really didn't get that vibe in this episode.
You really have to read the books to kind of get why the Sand Sisters are amazing. Basically, Dornish women are not women you want to mess with. Like, all Dornish women are very strong and are waspish, for lack of a better word. But I didn't get that vibe from this fight. This fight was very, very disappointing.
Okay, so I think that basically covers everything. If we missed anything, let us know in the comments. Also, you know, be sure to like and comment and subscribe.
Also, on Saturdays, we do a topic of the week, so be sure to leave those in the comments as well. We will look through them and choose the topic we think we can make the best video for, and that's what we will put out on Saturday.
Alright, thank you very much for watching. We will see you next time.